Hello, fellow survivors, and welcome back to another edition of the Dino Archives. I'm Havoc with the HGC YouTube gaming channel, and in this video we're going to be talking about the Ankylosaurus. Just like all the other Dino Archive videos, we're going to go over the spawn maps, the utility of the Ankylo, we're going to talk about the breeding and the taming, and at the end, I'm going to judge the Ankylosaurus compared to all the other dinos on its overall usefulness. And that will be a scale from 1 being not very useful to 10 being extremely useful. So I hope you find this video useful, and I hope you enjoy. The Ankylosaurus can be found on every Ark map: the Island, the Center, Ragnarok, Scorched Earth, and Aberration. The Ankylo is one of the easier dinosaurs to find since they can inhabit so many different types of biomes. The Ankylosaurus is a specialist in many fields, but it's mostly known for its ability to collect large amounts of metal from metal nodes and crystal from crystal nodes. It's also very good at collecting flint from boulders, obsidian from obsidian nodes, rare mushrooms from mangrove trees, and rare flowers from cattails and other plants. It can also collect oil, berries, thatch, stone, wood, cactus sap, and sulfur, but not to the degree of the aforementioned items. The Ankylosaurus has a permanent 75% weight reduction buff for carrying raw metal in its inventory, making them the go-to harvester for breaking open metal nodes. Due to its versatility in harvesting and its specialty in collecting raw metal, the Ankylo will definitely be getting high marks for its overall usefulness rating. The Ankylo is typically an easier knockout tame. They're slow, easy to hit, common to find, and can be picked up by an Argentavis or any other larger bird for taming in a private pen. For knockout methods, you can use anything from the club to the long neck rifle. Once it's unconscious, you'll have plenty of time before it wakes up, but it's likely you'll have to pump it with some narco berries or narcotics before the taming's complete. The Ankylo prefers dilo kibble, which can be made with 1 dilo egg, 1 citronal, 1 cooked meat jerky, 2 mejoberries, 3 fiber, and 1 water. The kibble can be made at the cooking pot or industrial cooker. Dilophosaurs can be easily tamed for their eggs pretty early in the game. I would recommend at least 3 female dilos and 1 male dilo. And if you can, an oviraptor to cut down on the time between the eggs being laid. So, the list of the Ankylosaurus' preferred foods is dilo kibble being the best, then vegetables, then mejoberries, and then every other type of berry except for stem berries. It is possible to tame an Ankylo early game, but you won't be able to make a saddle for it until you hit level 36. You can make the saddle in the smithy for 260 hide, 140 fiber, and 10 metal ingots. A male and female Ankylosaurus can be bred by putting them in a small enclosure and enabling them to wander. It won't take long before the female lays a fertilized egg that you will then need to incubate before the egg can hatch. If the egg is ignored in a temperature that is too hot or too cold, the egg's health bar will drop until it eventually dies. That being said, the egg's health does not affect the outcome of the breeding in any way, so don't sweat the health dropping a little bit. You can always store a fertilized egg in the refrigerator or preserving bin until you're ready to incubate it. When you have the egg laid on the ground and the temperature is just right, look at its HUD. You will see the incubation bar start to drop. When it reaches 0, the baby will hatch. And, breeding becomes very easy at level 61 when you can just use air conditioners for stabilizing the temperature for any type of non-aquatic egg. But you can use torches or campfires to raise the temperature of the egg early game. Once the baby Ankylo hatches from its egg, you will need to go up to it and perform your first imprint on the baby. Then you will want to make sure to have berries or vegetables on hand to put in its inventory so that it can eat. If you don't put food into its inventory, it will starve to death pretty fast. You will also probably want to go into its radial menu and disable wandering so it doesn't wander off and get lost. Make sure to keep putting food into its inventory as its weight increases. Once you have a bunch of stacks of food in its inventory, you can forget about it for a while. Look at the baby's HUD and notice how much time until it wants care, and set an alarm on your phone. Once that time expires, you'll have another chance to imprint on it again, which will give it additional stat boosts. It could want a random type of kibble, or it could want to take a walk with you, or it may just want to cuddle. Worst case scenario is that it will want a type of kibble that you don't have. You won't be able to imprint on it anymore until it gets the type of kibble that it's asking for. But if you do successfully imprint on it, set another timer for when it wants care again and repeat until it fully matures or imprinting hits 100%. The Ankylosaurus gets a very strong 9 out of 10 in overall usefulness because of its ability to efficiently collect raw metal from metal nodes, as well as its ability to harvest an array of other resources as well. The Ankylo is what I would consider to be a staple dino that everyone needs to have in their arsenal in order to progress effectively in the game. Harvesting aside, they do have a lot of natural armor, making them a decent mid-level tank. With a high-end saddle, Ankylos can become very difficult for other dinos and players to kill. One thing that makes the Ankylosaurus a little rough around the edges is its speed. It's very slow, so even though they are good at harvesting, getting from one node to the next can take some time, and that's the sole reason the Ankylosaurus does not get a perfect 10 out of 10. So what do you all think? Is 9 out of 10 a fair overall usefulness rating for the Ankylo? Please let me know in the comments section, and thank you all for watching. I hope to see you in the next Dino Archive, where we will be talking about the Aranio.